Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. I'm very excited to try Paladin, which I think with Murloc Knight is now just maybe the best arena class. Theoretically, it should be anyway, alongside with Mage. Matter Bomber has done some good for me lately, but I don't think it's as good as a Sludge Belcher, so we'll take that here. Mookala's Champion should be good for Paladins. This thing is cute, but I don't think it's really a top tier one drop because unlike Infiltrator and Argent Squire, and Zombie Chow, which are just almost guaranteed to be good, this one sometimes will just totally suck. I'll take Mookala's Champion. I mean, the Hungry Dragon fits the curve more, but Champion goes well with the Paladin and the Shaman, so there we go. We can pump out lots of dudes. As a Paladin, I could use the Warlord. I'm sure some people will think this is a mistake not to take it, but I really don't like relying on it. I'll just take a much more reliable 3-drop there. Okay, so I can take a 2-drop. I'm going to take the Heckler. Honestly, a Booty Bay Bodyguard, when you reduce its mana by 1, it's a tall strider with Taunt. And it trades with other 4-drops for the most part. I think it's just fine. Abusive Sergeant could be really good. These are both decent 2s for the card draw. But I'll take the Sergeant to have a 1-drop and some later plays. Hey, we got a Legendary. Nothing super great here. There's often not enough taunt in the arena to justify the Black Knight. Baron Geddon kind of hurts you if you're a Paladin, and this guy is just expensive. I'll take the Black Knight and just be willing to play him as an overpriced Yeti if need be. Humility is okay, but the 4-group root's very solid, so I'll take him. Seal of Light's very important. Gives you pretty much one of the only things that can give you removal early on. So the other common that Paladins got besides Murloc Knight was Seal of Champions, and God, this thing has been wrecking my face. Turns out if you make Blessing of Might have Divine Shield, it's ridiculous. Alright, this is just a regular 2-1 for 1. This card's junk. Armored Warhorse is crap, but I'm going to take it because the other stuff was worse. This stuff's not that great. The Oasis Snapjaws can be really just annoying to deal with. Hand of Protection is, not always going to be that useful. But I'll take it over the jaw. Alright, removal? Not the greatest removal in the world, though. Or a Big Fatty. I'm going to grab a Big Fatty, though. That could be a mistake. Alright, I'll take the Tiger here for some nice beef. Shield of Minibot is a top-tier 2-drop. This guy, I think I'll take over the Micro Machine for the extra flexibility. Corruptor, I don't think I have much dragons. 1 dragon. And I passed on the Hungry Dragon before. So yeah, there's 1 dragon. Let's just take a Hungry Dragon. I think it's a playable card. Bluskin King seems fine to have. Mr. Tinkers, Mac. Oh, there's one. It's a good one. Shielded Minibot likely to survive if played on turn 2 for a turn 3 Mr. Tinkers. Unfortunately, I don't have any other mechs, so this guy's a bit weak. Do I take this? Yeah, alright, we'll take the Mr. Tinkers. Okay. I could take another dragon for the dragon synergy, or this for some endgame removal and reach. Let's do that. I think that's more valuable overall. This is junk. I really don't want to play a 3/5/4 with a liability, but this is unplayable and this thing's crap. So we'll take the Wailing Soul, though I'm not that happy about it. Draw or Shredder. I'll take the Shredder. It's a good card. Take a bad buff because it's better than no buffs. Cool. Could be double-edged. We'll take Mr. Stormpike here. Take a weapon, even though it's not a great weapon. Muster for Battle or the Defender? Man, it's tough. Muster for Battle is so great. At the same time, the Defender gives me some taunt and some buffing. Well, I got some taunt in this deck, so we'll take the Muster, but that could be a mistake. Alright, Consecration is important. And we got it. We got the Murloc Knight. That guy is so ridiculous. It's just unbelievable. Alright, interesting options here. I don't think I want more 3-drops. This guy is a bit slow, but he can be just a game winner, and this just gives me some reach and removal. How much big stuff do I have? Well, this is pretty big. This is big-ish. This isn't really that big. I don't have that much big stuff, so we'll take the Raider, but the Reckless Rocketeer could have been better there, perhaps. This is a terrible pick, just absolutely horrible. I don't want either of these drops, so we'll take the Repentance, though I'm not excited about it. And we got Muster for Battle number 2. Or Quester, or this thing. The thing about this thing that's kind of funny is the other opponent never knows, if they can just ignore it. Because maybe you will inspire an attack, but no, we'll just take the Questing Adventurer. I don't think this deck actually worked out that well. There's a lack of endgame And the other problem is that it has a spike at 3, and when I would much rather have a spike at 2. It also got no true silvers and just 1 consecration. So possibly I also made some tough draft choices incorrectly, but we'll see. Hopefully this isn't a total disaster like my last arena run. Oh my god, do I even have any subscribers anymore? I wouldn't be surprised if I just logged into YouTube and it was like 0 subscribers. There were people who did watch your channel until the last video happened, and now nobody watches it anymore. So, thanks for trying, YouTube. Have a nice day now. Okay, we're up against a worthy opponent. Oh, I should mention, I do have a couple of cards that can be an endgame-ish sort of card, even though they're cheap, like the Murloc Knight. I still cannot believe that's actually a common, and that card is just so crazy. And, you know, it's a turn 6 play that really adds a lot of pressure that the opponent has to deal with. So, and then the Mookless Champion, of course, can also be an endgamey sort of card. Anyway, this is just bad. I couldn't get anything costing less than 4 mana with a full mulligan, so that's a little bit awkward. And Repentance, that's just so bad. I'm not even gonna play it here. This could have been a 5, or this could have been a Gurbashi Berserker or a Wind Fury Harpy, so it wouldn't have helped me to not take it there. I mean, I could have played it for tempo, just so that the recruit I make now would trade with this Stomper, and maybe I should have. Do I play the Sergeant? I hate this. I hate this a lot, but I'm actually going to play the Sergeant just to trade with his Puddle Stomper. And I'm going to play the Secret because what else am I doing with my life here? This is actually just a really horrible draw. I mean, my deck does have a big swipe at 3 mana. Or not swipe, a spike at 3 mana, so like it's not that difficult. For me to get something playable on turn 3, or at least it shouldn't be, and of course it doesn't happen. This could have been an Acolyte of Pain, which I would have rather had. Well, this actually turned around. So he had this, which he coined out, but then he didn't have a turn 2 play. That's, you know, Arena 101, rookie mistake. Don't coin a 2-drop if you don't have a turn 2 play. And because of that, I actually have a Recruit out now with Repentance, so I should be able to kill any 3-drop, get a Shredder down, and I'm doing alright here. So, because it's a Recruit that trades into the Spider Tank, I essentially traded 3 mana for 3 mana and 1 card for 1 card. And now I am playing a Shredder. I don't think Blessing of Kings or Seal of Champions was worth it here. I think I'd rather just get this guy down. And we can go for a champion next turn. If this trades with whatever he plays, then I could just play the champion. Unfortunately, now the champion looks really dumb because it just dies to the Divine Shield. That's actually a really good counter to my Shredder. Awkwardly, Seal of Champions does me no good. Alright, well here's what I'm going to do then. I guess we'll make a Recruit, play the Wolf, and just hit face. I don't see much of a point in throwing this at the Divine Shield, although I guess I could regret it if he buffs this somehow, but I feel like that was the best thing I could have done there. That was a strangely good turn 4 play, so let's see what I get for my Shredder. Hopefully nothing terrible. Got a 3-2, it's totally fine. I've got a Recruit ready to kill this. I have Seal of Champions, letting this trade up to 7 damage and live. He has a Hellfire, alright. So he just gained nothing, because he spent a card for a card. Yeah, he gained nothing. I wish I could play the Champion and Recruit. I can't though, so instead we'll play the Tiger, which is a very timely top deck. With the Champions I can deal up to 8 damage here, so I'm fine, unless he plays a Sunwalker, which would be really irritating. Yeah, so he spent a Hellfire and a Crusader to kill a Shredder and a Wolf. But that Crusader was really good. My 4-drop and my 5-drop both had 3 health, so it was kind of ridiculously perfect. Alright, so that Dragon, I could play this and make a Recruit, which would be a 2-2, but unfortunately, the Tiger would then have 6 health and still die to this Drake. I could play this and a Recruit and get a 6-6 with a Recruit to trade the Sergeant and then just trade my Tiger. I think that's just a lot more sensible. I could have also done Seal of Champions, but the problem is that left me with 4 mana. I mean, I guess I could have gone all in and done Seal of Champions on my Tiger and Blessing of Kings and just hit face, but that would have been a disaster if you had a Siphon Soul. Granted, that's a rare. It wouldn't have been the worst thing to play around that. Alright, so he's going to silence it, but that doesn't actually solve the problem. It just freezes it for a turn. And Power Overwhelming, is he going to kill my 6-6? It seems like he's not. That's actually a mistake, unless he has the craziest burn of all time, which I guess he might. I am going to play it safe here. We're going to we're gonna actually kill this 5/5 because I guess going down to 11 health, maybe he does have burn, and I've lost games before because I underestimated the potential of my opponent to burn me out. So I could have done Seal of Champions to protect that recruit, but I'll just keep it simple. We're gonna play this. So now I've got 2 Inspire creatures. I could go for 3 Inspire creatures, make a recruit, buff everything up. This will become a 9/9. It'll be kind of crazy. This is obviously worthless because he doesn't have secrets. That's worthless. Ooh. He had a weak play here. He had nothing going on. He was the opposite of Stacy's mom. He just throws a bunch of crap down. So his plan for burning me out, I guess, was to try to overwhelm me with crap. I don't know if that would have really worked, but I think it's time to play this and Inspire up here. So, wham! All the bananas. 13 damage. Doesn't quite kill him. Huh. So I could deal 13 damage. He goes to 4 health. Could I have just won by using Seal of Champions and Muster for Battle here? If I had done this, that would have been 3 damage. Of course, this is 2 damage, so no, I couldn't have won. But anyway, then he's got 3, 6, 8, 9... Yeah, let's not risk it. Let's just keep it simple. But 9 damage? Let's see. He's got 3, 6, 8. I'm down to 9 health. 3 cards. What are the odds he can deal 9 damage with 3 cards? I'm going to hit him for 9. And if he wins, then, you know, kudos to him. But it seems unlikely he can actually kill me here. Alright, Cult Master doesn't do him any good at all because my board is just way too huge and he's got way too little. Oh my god, he could actually kill me if he gets enough Wind Fury. Oh man! Wow. That was... Oh god. Well, I guess 1 more Wind Fury wouldn't have done it. He would have needed 2 more Wind Furies. But then again, if he had had, if he had a card other than Cult Master or something that dealt damage, that could have actually won him the game. Anyway, I think I took the right chance. I think just killing his stuff would have been, well, would it have been the wrong thing? I mean, really, what was he going to do to come back and win that? He only had 2 cards, and I had the overwhelming board. Suppose he did play Twisting Nether or something? I mean, really, what are the odds that I couldn't have just won? My hand was kind of crappy. All my good stuff was on the table. Yeah, I think I made the right call. 2 cards, 9 mana, and 9 damage? That's rough. That's hard to do. Virocana, the Paladin, so always... I mean, it's not that I never respected Paladins before. It's just that Paladins were like... I didn't never do that well with Paladins. I knew people liked the class in Arena, but for me personally, I was like, eh. So I didn't really care that much, but now it's like, oh shit, it's a Paladin. Like, kind of how you feel when you are up against a mage. It's serious business, so please pass on turn 1. That'd be great. The worst thing here would be a coin 2/3. It survives Seal of Light. He then plays something else. Okay, good. So Abusive Sergeant or a Recruit. I think the Recruit here makes more sense. It actually uses up more mana than the Abusive Sergeant, and right now I'm actually more concerned about mana usage than than board power. So 1 extra power, but I mean really I get the extra power by playing the Sergeant and buffing it. He's actually got a really slow start here. So I'm gonna actually play the Questing Adventurer. Obviously the risk here is that he has a Seal of Light or an Argent Lance, but the upside is I can next turn play Mr. Tinkers and the Abusive Sergeant, and this thing would actually become a 4/4, 6/4 temporarily, and I could kill pretty much anything. Coghammer. Alright, so he does get the kill. The good news, though, is that this only deals 2 damage, so Mr. Tinkers survives it. Of course, had I played Mr. Tinkers to begin with, it would still be on the board, I guess. And now he can't play True Silver without wasting the Coghammer. This is looking okay. I can deal up to 7 damage, which is way overkill. That's like enough for anything. But with this being a taunt, I might actually be able to play Mookless Champion next turn and just risk it. Because the payoff is great, and if it dies, it dies, but if it lives, it's just ridiculous. It's like, starts to become sort of game-winning at that point, because I can play Mr. Tinkers, and then this, and 3 things get buffed. Granted, this thing would have to still be alive, so the odds of that are pretty small, but I think it's worth the risk. The alternative is what? Make a Recruit and Mr. Tinkers? Ah, 4/3. That sucks. It doesn't die to Seal of Light, but it does kill my Heckler, so I wish I had Ascension instead. I'm gonna do this. I think this is totally legit. So we kill him. This is only 2 damage and needs another damage. I feel like it's worth risking it. Paladins don't have things like Mortal Coil or Frostbolt or Flame Cannon, like really easy ways of killing that guy. Aha! So it looks as though he's going to get a Recruit out. but not kill Mr. Mukla. Now, I can't really clear his board here, unfortunately. I can Abusive Sergeant to buff this and kill that, but then I have no way, of course, of killing this unless I use Arcane Golem. But this thing is going to die anyway to his weapon, so I'm just going to, you know, take advantage of what I have, basically. Let's do this. Let's, I see, I don't need the buff, so let's play Mr. Tinkers. Let's make a recruit. Bananas. And kill the maiden. And he still does have to kill this, so the recruit, I'm guessing, is going here. The weapon kills that. I got a 4/4 and a 2/2, and really not much else. I'm actually not doing that great. I mean, he kills this, and it's 6 cards to his 8. I think he's doing fine. He's not taking any damage, really. He just needs a big 6-drop here, and I'm in trouble. I can deal up to 5 damage. Well, actually, I can play all of these cards. I can deal up to 7 damage if I need to, so I can take down an ogre. Dragonling Mechanic. Alright, that's alright. So, it sucks that this 2/1 kills my 2/2, but the 2/2... Well, the 2/2 is going to die to the weapon, but now he can use the weapon to kill the 4/4. And that is kind of crappy, I have to admit. Wailing Soul! Not the best! Oh, that's really, really bad. I cannot play this right here. Man. Alright, this isn't great, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually play Seal of Light and just kill this thing. This allows me to clear off his board. And what I'm going to do now is I could make this and a recruiter. I could play the Wailing Soul. The Wailing Soul is the best body I've got. It would get rid of the power on these, but the health would stay the same. I don't think that's smart. Let's just play the wolf over here and make a recruit over here. That was wrong. That was totally wrong, because he's going to kill the 5/2. Well, no, I wanted to put the wolf next to this, make him take a damage for killing Mr. Tinkers. I'm weak to Consecration, but what else is new? He consecrates, then he has 7 cards to my 4. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's one of those weird games where you feel like you're doing fine the whole time, but the opponent's actually up on cards. Now, I am ahead on the board, but if I don't get a Murloc Knight, or that Kvaldir Raider, or get a big kill with the Black Knight, which I am on the brink of playing as a Yeti. It just sucks because he has so many cards. The odds are likely he'd play a taunt at some point. He actually decides to go for the wolf, which is interesting, because that leaves me with a 4-power creature, which kills his heckler. So why not... Oh, he must have something else here? Aha, he's going to peacekeep it. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, well, I can silence this, which would turn it back into a 3/2. But I think I might as well here. It's, you know, it just sucks. Yeah, it sucks. I can run this in, and then this thing's still holding up. Hang on, I can play the Arcane Golem to kill this, though. And then I can play the Wailing Soul, and Mr. Tinkers will kill that. What are my other options? I mean, I could do Blessing of Kings here. I could play this, make this a 3/3. Blessing of Kings, this, kill it. Black Knight. It just sucks that I have to throw both my recruits at this 3/3. This, kill that. Silence, kill that. I have a 3/5, a 2, or no, a 1/1 and a 1/1. Versus a 4/5 and a 1/2, a 1. Alright, we're gonna try this. I don't know if this is the right play. It does suck if he plays a better taunt later. But this gives me the most total creatures on the board. I now have a surprise move, which is I can play the Wailing Soul to silence this and make it hit for 3. I've also got Blessing of Kings. Just make sure you Bless of Kings after you do the Wailing Soul. And you also need to make sure you attack with this before you play the Wailing Soul, because it will actually silence off the charge. So let's see. He's got 7 cards to my 6. I'm going to count recruits as cards here. Fuck. Alright, well, the good news is I can deal with this. I just hope he doesn't get a good Murloc, which of course you always hope they don't get a good Murloc. Got a 2/2, not the end of the world at all. Does he have any way of protecting his interests here? Does he have any way? Direwolf. Alright. It's kind of annoying this guy's at 2 health. He's going to die to these 2-power things. So let's think. I can play Arcane Golem, Divine Shield, run the Golem at this, kill it. Play the Wailing Soul. This bops back to be a 3/2. Kill the wolf. Kill that. Kill that. Seems fine. Let's do it. So he gets the extra mana crystal, of course, but it's almost irrelevant. He was going to go up to 9 anyway, so it's just 1 extra mana. Here, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Alright, we, kill that. Play this. Nothing changes except for this. Goes back to being a 3-2. Kill that, kill that. Alright, got a pretty good board here. I actually have 2 creatures that survive Consecration. 6 cards to 5. As long as I have any creatures out, Blessing of Kings is going to be great. Health-wise, haven't really made much headway. I got my own Murloc Knight back here and a Kvaldir Raider for some quality endgame. He's got 10 mana. Can he actually use it? He's going to Storm Pike, which is a 2-for-1. It kills my 2-2 and my 4-2 and my 2-2. But I'm still okay. I can deal up to 8 damage on this guy with Blessing of Kings. He's going to heal up, which isn't a big deal. I can definitely kill that thing, no problem. Alright, I can definitely clear his board. And I'm okay. Let's see if I get a good playable thing. Ah, Hand of Protection. Sure, I'll keep this guy alive. It's kind of like an arcane shot. Seems fine. Now, if I hit this and this, what's going to happen is I'm going to be dead to Consecration. What are the odds he has a Consecration? I don't know, not that high, but I will just do a premature Blessing of Kings. It sucks if he does have, like, a friggin' big game hunter or something stupid. He's got a pretty big hands of cards, so there's a decent chance he's got something crazy back there. That would suck, but Blessing of Kings on anything but this would have been big game hunter. Although, you know, I might as well have put it on this, right? Why make a 7-6 when I could have made a 6-6? That was probably a slip-up. So he's got 1 extra card compared to me. I do have a big guy. Never did get any card draw. I took Shredder instead of Acolyte. I passed on several Loot Hoarders. Passed on an Novice Engineer or 2. Never saw a Solemn Vigil. So yeah, maybe I should have taken some card draw, because I have none. I am completely at the mercy of my top decks and my hero power pumping out 1/1s. But he's got a big hand. If I can, you know, do a good job killing his stuff. All right, that was another 2-for-1. North Sea Kraken took out my 2 biggest creatures. And the fact that, you know, it cost him his whole turn isn't a big deal because he's actually doing quite well for himself. Should I start going for face? Let's think. We got 7, 12, 15 damage. He's at 10 health. He kills this. 5, 7, 8. It's rough. I think what I'd rather do is use the Warhorse because it 1 charge to keep my 7-6 alive. And just see what he has to say for himself. I mean, this will kill him in a couple of turns. He'll be at 3 health. I don't actually have that much reach left. Well, he's got a lot of cards. I'm building up some recruits. Ah, the Frost Elemental. Damn it. He's actually going to win off of card advantage. Simply enough. Pitfire, yeah. These guys both deal only 5 damage. He's going to have to run them both into this in order to kill it. That could have been an Acolyte, which might have actually been good for some cards. Not that the Shredder's terrible here. But if he has a way to buff either one of these to kill this without having to throw both of them at my 7-6, I'm probably going to lose. Man, that was such a weird game. I felt like I was doing totally fine, making headway and everything, but he just never really lost cards against me. In fact, he gained cards against me, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. Of course, a Kvaldir Raider or a Murloc Knight could bring me back from the Abyss, but there's probably... The Murloc Knight would probably be like a turn too late, because it would die easily to his board. He's gonna copy it, but can't... I don't mind him copying it. What I mind is him having a way of killing it without having to lose both of these guys. If he has any sort of buff or one sort of damage, yeah, that's exactly what I needed not to have happen. So now he's got a 7-6 and a 5-6. Oh my god, he's really going for my face? That's a mistake. I should have popped my Shredder for sure, or at least killed a recruit. So now, hang on. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. No, Storm Piking his face is not correct. Now I'm just going to start to hit his face, and he's in a really awkward situation because he didn't kill my Shredder or any of my stuff. He's nowhere near enough damage to kill me. He is going to get tickled to death unless he finds a Consecration. Which if he does, he wins. But if he doesn't have a Consecration in these 2 cards, I think I win just by tickling him to death. Because he can only get rid of this, and then I have 4 damage. So he needs to... Well, he has to... If he can get a Taunt, he can actually do okay. Because these recruits aren't great at getting past Taunt. So a Taunt would be okay. Healing isn't that great because it wouldn't help the fact that he's really behind on the board. Alright, I got lucky. Didn't get, you know, a Doomsayer or anything that, like, hurts me. It's going to buff that up. Okay, I got really lucky. Really lucky that he didn't have this last turn, because if he had this last turn, he could have killed my 7/6 really easily. He gets a really good card. So the question is, do I go for the face, or what do I do? Let's see here. Now he actually has a pretty big board. He can clear off all my recruits. I can throw 2 recruits at this and 2 at this, but then well, let's see, I play 2 at that, 2 at that, and then I just lose. Because then he, kills my 4/4 with one of these, and that's that. And do I actually survive? 13 plus 7 is 20. Yeah. So I have to pressure him here. Unfortunately, I've already used my Arcane Golem, and I never saw any True Silvers. But I do have some outs here. While Murloc Knight I don't think works anymore. The Consecration that I have would be good. So he has to kill my 4/4, which means I am left with 2 recruits here. So it's possible that I can draw something and win, like a Consecration. Tiger. Okay, does he have the kill? 13 plus 5 is 18, 19. But hang on, the Tiger kills him. Any healing thing that he has... Well, let's see. If I hit him down to 2, an Earthen Ring Farseer, he would still be dead. But like an Antique Heal Bot, and I'm still screwed. So I guess we'll just hedge... Well, no, if I hit this and he plays a Farseer, he'd be at 3/6. The Tiger wouldn't kill him then. How much does this matter? Let's see, 13, 18, 19. Yeah, this actually makes sense. So it reduces things like True Silver Champion that might have killed me. But this, what healing thing would this extra damage solve? It would solve like True Silver Champion, which actually is kind of significant. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna go for the kill. So I need him not to top deck healing or taunt, and then I got it. Let's see if it works. Here it is for the win, the top deck. Alright, he can't deal 7 damage with 1 card, but he can concede. Alright, well that was a game I'm not sure I played right, given how close that was. Compared to how well I thought I was doing, I feel like maybe I overestimated things. That Blessing of Kings, well, that was a dubious play. Maybe I should have... well, he never had a Consecration, so maybe I should have just played into Consecration. It's possible I should have realized that I was behind because he had so many cards, and just gambled and played into Consecration by damaging my minions down to 2. And, Blessing of Kings, well, I don't know. I mean, I blessed the thing that I had the most health. Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, we're up against the other Big Arena boss winner, or I think it's like an L or something here. Oh, man. So I could go for the turn 2 and then back-to-back 4-drops? This obviously isn't something I'm jazzed about playing on turn 2, but why the hell not? Oh, hey, we got turn 2 play. Okay, so now I have an option. I can actually play this on turn 2. She'll either play a creature or ping this off, then I could replenish the shield with this. Yeah, that seems pretty logical. Now, there's actually a few ways that this shielded bot would die, which would be really, really bad. If that happens, I'm going to be in trouble, because then I have this, which is just stupid looking. Like Arcane Missile, ping off shield, throw the Mana Worm at it. Or just like even like a Frostbolt or Flame Cannon would let her kill this. Luckily, it didn't happen, so that's good. She pinged off the shield, which I'm pretty happy about, because now I can put the shield back on. So do I throw out the Scientist, which could give her, you know, like a Mirror Entity or something? I mean, she's going to get the Mirror Entity anyways. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Give her whatever secret she wants. Ah, joke's on her. She actually had no secrets this run. Well, that was good. I'm glad I did that. I mean, that's just killing a 2/2 versus a 1/1 is obviously good. The Rider is actually not bad here. I have a handful of 4s. And she can ping off. That turned a little bit awkward, unfortunately. That I have a handful of 4-drops and I used my coin. She can now actually ping this and use the Wind Fury to kill my recruit and my mini-bot. Well, I don't know why she's saying thank you. It's not like I had a friggin' choice there. Ass wagon. She actually goes for the face twice. Oh, she's trying to sneak extra damage through. Well, do I punish her for it? It's basically 3 extra damage, so I could just throw these things at it and play Shredder. Or I could play the Murloc Knight. Here's the problem with Murloc Knight. I'm not actually going to Inspire next turn. There's just no way. Because I'd rather play a 5-drop. So there's really no point in playing this. I could go for this thing just to see if it has charge and deal 5 extra damage. Basically get it out of the way when the Joust doesn't matter. It dies to Frostbolt, though, which these sort of don't. I do like the idea of getting Joust out of the way when it doesn't matter. Okay, so it doesn't have charge, so I don't deal the damage. But I will kill off that thing. So I have a 5/3 on the table. Play a Sludge Belcher next turn. She's got 5 cards to my 6. I'm ahead on cards. Health-wise, I'm fine. This deck never saw any healing of any kind. So this makes me glad I didn't play the Heckler, but I would have liked to throw the Shredder at this rather than the Warhorse. Okay, I could go for this guy, which obviously is weak to Flame Cannon, but it has the advantage that next turn I can play the Murloc Knight and the Reinforcement for great justice. I'm going to try it. She had a Flame Cannon, there's a chance she would have used it there on the Warhorse, so let's see if she has it or not. I mean, it's terrible if she does, because, you know, Flame Cannon and 4 mana is still enough to deal some serious damage. Luckily, it doesn't happen. This is an important Joust, because I can kill it if she doesn't win it. And I do win the Joust. She knows I have a Black Knight in here now, which is kind of good. It might scare her away from making certain plays. So now, pretty simple move. We go for the Knight, we make a Recruit, get a Murloc, and kill the 5/6. Got a pretty good Murloc. This is actually a really good flip because now Flame Strike doesn't board clear. Obviously she can kill my dude, which she has to. Then she has 5 mana. Oh no! Oh, she stole my Murloc Knight, which is buffed because of my War Leader, and she's gonna get another Murloc because of Inspired. That is fucking insanity. She had another Murloc. Wow. Okay, that just went straight all to hell. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think what we need to do here is think very carefully. If I kill this, this drops back to being a 3/3, but this would still be a 5 health. Wow. Mind control attack, really, that was the one thing I did not want her to steal, and of course she stole it. Oh, God. If I do this... I could silence my team. If I silence this, it loses... Well, it would make every other Murloc... It would still be a Murloc. It would actually still be a 5/4, but this would get silenced. I think that's actually the move I need to make. So I silence like this. So that's a 5/5 now, which allows me to play this. So which I can use to kill the... No! Oh my God, no! I'm dumb! I'm terrible at this game! Oh no! I needed to kill this thing first. By killing the War Leader first, I dropped the buff on my War Leader, and this thing lives. So now she's gonna get some more Murlocs. I'm terrible at this game. There's no question about it. This thing should be just totally dead. I mean, she should have had a 3/3 instead of the thing that gives her Murlocs. And she got old Murk-Eye. Oh my God, what is going on here? Wow. You know what? I could hang on with Stormpike and... Oh, Jesus. Wow, Consecration's actually pretty good here. I have no business being in this game, but... Okay, let's Consecrate. Let's play the Heckler. The reason for the Heckler versus the Shredder dies to this plus ping. This might actually live. When you're behind, you gotta take some risks. I'm just hoping this straight up survives the turn. It does not. Alright, well, that sucks. So now we're gonna have to go all in against Polymorph. Okay, well, I don't have to. I was thinking Sludge Belcher, Blessing of Kings. I could, however, I mean, there's reasonable plays I could make. I could play Stormpike and Shredder. The problem is that if I play the Stormpike, she can kill it with the Sorcerer, and I don't have a Recruit out to finish this off with. But then I do have a Shredder out. I could put Divine Shield on it. Or I could just go YOLO, Sludge Belcher, Blessing of Kings. Alright, you know, let's do it. Whatever. If she has the Polymorph, she has the Polymorph, and I'll concede, but... Mind Control Tech. From the earliest days of Hearthstone. Oh, how I've hated that card. The nice thing about this is if she doesn't have the Polymorph or the Silence, I can actually Divine Shield it and save some health. Alright, this makes me wonder what she's got going on over there. I'm dancing so much, it's good. So I can get a card, which is nice. Alright, she gets to work. Okay. Well, let's see. I'm going to check for effigy by killing the Snow Chugger. This does... Oh, never mind. It's a counterspell. Alright, well played then. So we just do the obvious then. We shoot that thing to death. And I should really kill the thing that hits the least hard. This seems kind of dumb to play because Flame Strike's the best thing she's got anyway, so we'll play the Shredder, which is resistant to Flame Strike. This thing is frozen. I don't really mind too much. I'm happy with it just being a big wall. She can kill it by throwing these two things at it, but notice she can't kill it with a ping. And just one of them. Frostbolt's fine. I'd rather see that than a Polymorph. Assassin is fine as long as I keep the ooze alive. She decides to actually give me the card, which is interesting. Oh, she's not going to keep the ooze alive. She can attack with both of them. Right, duh. Okay. This takes me down to 9 health, which is a little bit scary, but I should be okay. I think we're going to go for the champion. Now, do I go all out? The problem with Muster for Battle is, of course, that Flame Strike wrecks my face. If I play this guy, I actually have something that has to be pinged, but then again, that's still bad. So they're both bad. They're both dead to Flame Strike. If this dies to Flame Strike, I repopulate with this. If this dies to Flame Strike, I repopulate with this. So it's pretty much equivalent, so I might as well do the one that is actually better if she doesn't have Flame Strike. Because obviously getting a whole bunch of 2/2s seems pretty solid. Let's keep the Shredder alive. So that if she does have a Flame Strike, I at least get something popping out that, you know, might distract the Ravenholt Assassin. She takes me down to 9. With Fireball and something, she could actually kill me. She's going for the face. But she's out of juice, so she has to top deck a kill here. Fireball almost does it. Can I actually kill her? She actually played a little bit loose here. Well, I might be able to kill her with the champion. So this is what? 4, 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. Yeah, this is just lethal. So I think the way to maximize the damage is to do this. Now I can't inspire. You can't click the button. So that's fine. We'll just throw away one of these guys. Make a recruit. Mookla's champion buffs everything else. And we beat a mage. Alright! Let's do one more game in this video. See if I end up at 2-2, which is bad, or 3-1, which is fine. Oh, I'm at 3-0. Wait, I thought I lost a game. No, I didn't lose a game. I almost lost a game. Right, yes. So 3-1, which is fine, or 4-0, which is fine. Great. It's a happy thing no matter what. Alright, well, so I think in this video, the Mookla's champion has been great. Murloc Knight was great. Honestly, though, would have lost the game if I hadn't top decked Consecration right at that moment. Because not only was that bad luck bad, but of course I just misplayed and I killed the War Leader before killing the Murloc Knight, which effed me up something serious. Okay, so we have an Abusive Sergeant, which I will play on turn 1. I seem to be having a lot of slow starts. Hey, alright, do I keep the Shredder because it's a good 4-drop? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll keep that. I'll coin it out on turn 3. And I figure I should have something else. In fact, here we go. We got the ideal curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please have nothing. Please have nothing. Please have nothing. Please. And I still think that it is totally correct to play the Sergeant on turn 1. Rather than trying to save that buff for something else, I'd rather just throw it down so she either pings this instead of playing a card, or plays a card and has it die. Of course, maybe she had nothing and the joke's on me, but I think generally that's a good risk to take. Does she have a good 3-drop here? She does. Well, if I had an Abusive Sergeant, I could actually have killed this thing. Alright, I think we're going to go for some YOLO swag here and just kill that thing. The Divine Shield on the bot is nice. It means it's at a full health, so she's just facing a 6/6. She has to Fireball or Polymorph it. She has a Fireball, which is totally fine, so that's one less Fireball for anything else. Again, do I play the Shredder or the Warhorse? It's nice to have the Shredder out because it's better, but the Warhorse, I just like not having the Joust matter, and the end of turn button's highlighted, so I lost the Joust. It's fine. So I played a 5-3 instead of a 4-3. I mean, the 5-3 can kill some things, the 4-3 can't. I don't know, it seems legit. Got a Hungry Dragon, I could Living Roots to kill whatever it spawns. That's kind of awkward. Well, I could shoot it, that's fine. No, I can shoot this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot that thing. Obviously, the problem here is that she actually gets a card for that loot hoarder, and then she pings us and goes up a card. But I'm okay with it. That means she's not playing a 6-drop. And I have a little bit of card advantage with Silverhand Regent. Obviously, the Regent isn't as good against Mage because the Mage can ping off the 1/1s, but what are you going to do? Alright, so I can Living Roots this. Basically 2 for 1 to kill this Water Elemental. Or I can go for Regent. You know what? Let's just do this. I am going down a card. What am I talking about? Living Roots, that's I mean, it's okay. It is going down a card, even though I got Living Roots for free. She also got a card for free with Spellslinger, so me having to throw 2 cards at that elemental is going down a card. I shouldn't kid myself on that. This is an okay board. I've got some recruits out for the Hungry Dragon. To, you know, just kill whatever the Hungry Dragon spawns. Just got a Dragon's Breath, so it's a pretty expensive way of killing a 3/3. Moonfire to kill off a recruit. Okay. So I can play the Hungry Dragon, which is almost as big as the Cavaldier Raider. But I'm actually going to go for the Cavaldier Raider instead, because I would rather have a 6/6 that's going to keep on growing if the opponent doesn't deal with it, than a 5/6 that just stays a 5/6 forever. The problem with not playing it now is there was a good opportunity here with my recruit out to kill off almost any 1-drop she could have gotten, whereas I might miss that opportunity now. But that's fine. Alright, she didn't play a taunt for me to kill with Black Knight. Light's Justice is interesting. And actually, this is... Do I need to kill this thing? It's kind of like... It can grow to be a 5/5 if I don't kill it. Okay. I mean, I have enough to do whatever... I have enough to do everything, don't I? I can kill this. Play this. Hopefully it's nothing ridiculous like a Voidwalker. Oh, 1. Alright. And, do I trade my recruits for those spiders? I think so. So, Smoke's cleared. She's got 4 cards. I have 3... I'm going to count this as 4. I'm not going to count this as a card, because it's basically counteracted by Light's Justice. So, oh my gosh, she's had 2 Polymorphs and a Fireball. I mean, that's actually really remarkably lucky, because those are, of course, just, you know, common cards from the basic set, which are much less likely to appear now. So, yeah, that just sucks that she actually had those removal cards for all my good things. Damn. Alright, well, we have a pretty good turn here. I'm hanging on to this weapon. There's no True Silvers here, so I might as well see if I can use it to kill stuff. This is a pretty good drop. If she plays a taunt, I can get ahead with Black Knight. If she never plays a taunt, it's going to suck. Oh, man, Mookla's Champion's pretty solid. Frost Nova, so she's going to try to get extra value out of Mookla's Champion. Damn. This sucks. This is actually going to be to the point where it can't die. Of course, it's getting buffed still. Alright, Mr. Tinkers actually does give me a spare part. Emergency coolant. Sure. And I need to play this thing, unfortunately. Okay, that just sucked. That Frost Nova was incredibly good, combined with the Mookla's Champion. And the fact that she got an imp, which didn't die to my stuff, it was really lucky for her as well. Alright, well, I'm not lost or anything, but it's getting a little bit dicey here. So she pings, everything gets buffed. That Scientist is just a menace. It doesn't die to my weapon. I have to trade a Shredder for it. And I do have to kill this also. Ugh. Do I have to kill this thing? Okay, let's check for Effigy and duplicate. Okay. I do need to kill this thing. Let's see what I get as my 2-drop. 3/2, not terrible. Let's check for a mirror entity. It is a mirror entity. Let's kill that. Make a recruit. Pass the turn. Well, Flame Strike wins her the game. But she's already had a Fireball and 2 Polymorphs for key minions that would have won it for me if she hadn't had the removal, so how much luckier can she get? Alright, this has 3 health, so the only thing that doesn't kill it is my recruit. I do get to keep a recruit out. I'm actually doing okay on cards here. Crusher, luckily, isn't full-sized, but I will have to make some ugly choices with this Crusher. Oh god, if that's another mirror entity, I lose the game. Well, I'm not going to play around it. Let's just see it. Okay. So if this is duplicate or an effigy, I actually probably lose. I could try to race her. Now let's do it like this. This sucks taking so much damage, but I gotta keep my minion quality high. Is it effigy or duplicate? It's not. It's vaporized to kill a 3/2. Alright, so I have a 6/6. I'm at 16 health. She's only got 2 cards. Top deck mode, this should be better than most things a person would have in their deck. So if she has an answer for this, after fireballing and polymorphing, she has an answer for it. Wow. Alright, and Spellslinger. Hopefully I get something good and she gets something bad. Fan of Knives, you know, it's actually pretty good. It gives me a card that's better than most things I could have hoped for. So let's draw the card first. Mookala's Champion. Is it worth playing this when it's just going to die to the Spellslinger? When you're behind, take risks. I am going to risk that I can actually kill this Slinger with my Wolf plus the Justice. Shadow Form. Alright, that's not going to happen. Shit. Just going to get to kill my recruit, so Mookala's Champion only gets to buff the recruit that comes out. And she has a Bomb Lobber. Ugh, okay, so technically it's still not over, because Mookala's Champion kills one of these. Repentance is a junk top deck. And I have a 2/2. The problem is she hits me for 6-8 damage. I mean, she could almost just kill me with her hero power and throwing everything at my face. Plus, she's top decking stuff. She's like, Faldir Raider, you have got to be fucking kidding me, because that doesn't actually get fixed by Repentance. It gets buffed up to 3 health. So she had all the answers in the universe, and on top of that, she top decked a perfect huge drop when she needed it the most. Awesome. Alright, well, let's play that, which is actually not a bad top deck. Let's unfortunately have to kill her Faldir Raider with my champion. This holds up against her creatures. The problem is she could just ping me to death in 4 turns, and I'm not going to build together of 27 points of damage in 4 turns, while also having to kill everything she plays. Ah, Frostbolt, okay. Great! I have no Justice League, no heal bots. It's over. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a retarded game. 2 polymorphs, Fireball, Volcanic Breath, Flame Lance, Dragon's Breath, excuse me, Flame Lance. Nothing I could have done. Nothing, I'm gonna call it. There was nothing I could have done to win that game. Well, anyway, 3-1. Glad the first games went well. And I did win a game that I really had no business winning because I played terribly, so I guess it all balances out. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.